the better AR on
Welcome in, Douglas.
Yo, guys.
Good afternoon.
How's it going, guys?
Okay.
All right.
Cams, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Look, I
It was all
think
cap. Let me hear it.
Austin needs clarity, bro. Like I'm just like you, Austin. I hate lack of transparency. I can't stand lack of
Let's
transparency.
get transparent then.
So let's go from the beginning. Pentagram has been our CDL substitute since the beginning of this game. Pentagram has been shafted by this organization 4 different times. This organization got dead last 4 times. Pentagram was not going to get an opportunity again. At that point, I said this is absolutely unacceptable. No. Because if Priest is going to move to a sub, that means Pentagram's getting shafted for a 5th time. And this guy's been in this org since last year. We're trying to build a foundation in this organization, and there's a massive conflict of interest, not just with players, coaches, GMs, the org, everything. Like, the conflict of interest needs to be unified. So at this point, obviously big changes are happening, and there's coaching changes, there's roster changes, there's player changes, and there's a lot of shit that's going down, and unfortunately, people got to get cut. That's just the way it is, and it sucks, but that's just how it has to be. So bottom line, man, when I'm seeing Pentagram for the 5th time getting shafted, I have to say something because this guy deserves an opportunity in the CDL.
Well,
with
okay.
ASIM as well, let me just clarify with ASIM as well. I understand he had league offers because Zuma was defending him to his grave to me, and I was talking to him privately about this. I'm like, bro, look, if ASIM had an offer to go to Boston Breach and 2 other teams that was there as well, I would have loved to say, yo, listen, Pentagram's been on our bench for a long, long time, and he's not getting any opportunity on this team. So I don't understand what the hell is going on, but we need to unify and come together as a team. So all these changes that are happening, it sucks that you guys had to get the short end of the stick, but that's just the reality of the situation. Plain and simple.
Well, wait, you said what I was saying was cap, and then you just came in here talking about Pentagram. What? Am I confused? Is
So
anyone
we
else
want to build
confused?
around Eric, Snoopy. You guys don't get along.
Clearly.
It's just that clear. It's clearly that simple.
Well,
You and Snoopy
well,
don't get along. You guys
No,
don't
no,
like
no,
playing
no,
with
wait,
each
wait,
other. It
hold on,
doesn't
hold on,
work.
hold on, Doug. Let's be transparent now. Not me and Snoopy. Me, Ace, and Priesta, and the coaching staff all agreed with what I was saying. So let's just be transparent, though.
So Slasher, how do those conversations start and go from just it's everyone against Snoopy when we want to build around Snoopy when the season starts? How does that happen?
Because when someone doesn't know the spawns in Hardpoint months into the game, it's clear as day. We ain't ready, brother.
Well, I mean, I wanted Snoopy to stay in Academy last year going into this year too, but he got called up to the league. So at the end of the day, Snoopy's on the team. We're trying to build around Eric. We're trying to make him comfortable. We're trying to make this team the best it can be. Obviously, if he's not going to perform up to standard, it's only been 4 months of this guy in the league. He played on a Latin American team.
Only 4 months.
He was talking in full Spanish for literally 4 months of playing Respawn before he got called up to Champs versus Optic, and then he's starting to learn English and speak in English. Like, the kid doesn't have time to develop.
Listen, Doug. Again, I don't want to just come on here and slander Eric. I actually think Eric's a good kid. I don't want to just turn this into me slandering Eric. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to be transparent because that's what you wanted to do. But like, bro, what are we even talking about? It's only been 4 months in the fucking professional league. Bro, you have to earn your time in the professional league. And that goes for every player. Like, people are just, I got to get a chance here. I got to get a chance there. Bro, if you have a chance, you have to earn that time. If you haven't earned the time, you don't deserve it anymore. Like, what are we talking about? Like, bro, like, it's only been, like, let's give him 2 years. Let's give him, bro, what? Earn your fucking time, bro. Put in the work. Bro, when I was a player coming up, there was no, let me get a chance. I almost won an event with an AM team, and then I got picked up. What are we talking about, bro?
So when does Pentagram get a shot by that logic if he's been our substitute before he even joined the
again,
org?
I don't want to talk about Pentagram, but like, bro, he's not getting a shot. Do people on the team all want to play with him? Because if they did, they'd probably get a shot.
Yeah, but who cares? That's not what happened. Who cares? It's over. Like, dude,
but
I
you're
couldn't
saying
be
that
more
he was getting
abundantly
shafted for
transparent.
5 times. Is he truly getting shafted?
If Priesta was to move to a sub and then Pentagram is going to get shafted again, then yes, he's getting shafted because the players want to go do this. The coaches want to go do this, right?
How is that getting
That's him getting shafted again.
Hasn't all the other players been shafted though? Because Snoopy's not like. Obviously, you're saying Snoopy's
Respectfully,
new,
Snoopy's dog shit. Okay, this is the problem. He's not up to standard with Call of Duty with subs right now. I've been a #1. Okay, I'll be honest with you, Doug. I'm
respectfully, you're dog shit. Who the fuck are you? It's my opinion too. We all have opinions out here. You know what I mean? It's
okay,
like, what the fuck are we saying, guys? Come on. Like, I couldn't be more honest about this situation.
Hang on.
But I'm trying to troll a little bit. I'm trying to troll a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not.
Is that what it is? Have you been trolling this whole time? Now I'm starting to understand.
Listen. Let me finish my point real quick. All right, like
All
you
right,
said,
go ahead.
we're 4 months in professional league. All right, you are dead last. All right, 3 players want to get rid of 1 player. Yeah, yet 2 other players that are playing better than that said 1 player have been dropped because you want to, this guy is the franchise player, whatever like that.
Makes sense to me.
Doug, we're 4 months into the league. You guys are dead last in the league, looking like you're not making champs, and you want to keep the 1 player that 3 players wanted to drop. Make that make sense to me now.
I can't make it make sense to you now because we just made the change and they've been scrimming for 1 week, but let the season develop and see what happens, and we'll see the results as they come. I could also make an argument with you that if Snoopy is this bad of a player and they get dead last twice but make a sub, like if we bring in, and look, I have nothing bad to say about Asim, but if we're going to bring Asim into the team for Capsule and the result is still the same and Asim's such a great player, wouldn't we still get better than dead last? You're telling me that this one player is holding the team back that much?
No, because, bro, when you're playing that bad as a team, you need a 2-man change.
Correct, Trey. So we made a 2-man change.
No, you didn't.
We did. We dropped Asim and Slasher and we brought in Beans and Pentagram.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but you're not.
Now you did.
Yeah, now you did. Yeah, but you guys are so reluctant on making the right
I don't look
change.
like that no more, bro. Take that off the screen. I don't look like that no more.
You guys are so reluctant to make the right change instead of just listen.
But what's the right change, Trey? Isn't that your opinion? What the right change is? Because the whole team thinks this is the right change. That's the best change for the team.
Yeah. No, it is my opinion, but my opinion is the same as the other 3 players that have played with a said player. Like you said, you want Snoopy to develop.
Hold on.
You didn't.
Actually, I got a question now.
Okay,
Doug, you said you've been watching our scrims. Is that true? Yes or no?
You really want me to talk about these scrims on this podcast right here, right now, Slash?
I'm just asking.
You want me to bring up your scrims with your team on this podcast right now?
I'm just asking.
You don't want to go there. You do not want to go there, Austin. We are not going there. Trust me. We do not want to go there.
Yes or no?
I've heard the scrims. I've listened to a lot of those scrims.
Oh, so you did watch a lot of them?
I did. Oh, yes.
Okay.
And if you want to pinpoint small little things, I could go tit for tat for you all day long on that, Austin. We do not want to go there right now.
Pinpoint small little things. What are you talking about?
Exactly. We shouldn't go there.
Doug, listen, buddy. I don't know what you're saying right now, but for sure.
Go there.
No, we should not.
My question's one simple. It's a kind of something though. It's simple. Doug, yeah, you I don't know what your involvement is exactly with Breach. I don't know if it's ownership. I don't know exactly what it is, but it seems like it's overstepping a certain bounds because the players are saying this is what we should do. But then you come in, and now it seems like your influence pushed Pentagram onto this team, forced Austin, who, in my opinion, respectful to Beans, is a much better player than Beans. And then you forced out Asim, who played pretty well at LAN. And then you kept 2 players who generally don't seem like the right fit with the other 2 players you brought in. It seems like you're GMing secretly behind the scenes. And now you're talking about you have intel on scrims. You weren't scrimming with them. So doesn't that mean someone was leaking to you as well?
I've been a part of this organization before anyone in this organization that's been here has been a part of the organization, first of all. So,
I understand that.
It's not about leaking. As an organization, when I'm seeing one player getting singled out on one major talk show and I'm hearing leaks coming out to this guy, regardless of these leaks too, it doesn't change the thing that happened. But when everyone is targeting one player and there's things privately about this one player getting put out publicly, and this is a player that I wanted to develop personally myself in the academy team going into this season. I wanted to develop this player going into the season, but he's on the main roster now. So when I'm seeing everyone bully a 19-year-old kid who has played competitive COD for less than 1 year, decisions have to be made. Either we have to make a decision to move on from Snoopy, or we have to make a decision to move on from Slasher and Co. So it's a tough decision, but it's a decision that was made.
You sat there saying you want to develop him.
Exactly.
You say you want to sit there and develop him. Yet you're 4 months into the season with him on a pro team, and I'm not saying it's all his fault. It's a team game. It's 4 people running around together.
It's definitely a team game, yeah.
Yeah, 3 people on the team decide that he's not the right fit for the team. So what do? All right, you make a change, you bring Asim in. Yes, Asim's not going to turn you guys into a top 4 team, top 6 team. That's just not what he does. What you guys needed to do was make a 2-man change, which you've done now. But what I'm saying is that if everyone's in agreement that he's not ready, like Slasher said, like you said, and he's still on the team, like surely that says a lot more about the organization wants to just keep Snoopy as their franchise player, correct? But instead of actually like letting him mature in challenges and letting him have that, letting him become that player, instead you're throwing him into the league. The players that have played with him obviously aren't happy with that. He's rotating to the wrong hills and you're dead last. So I don't understand what the achievement of Boston Breach is this season, to be honest with you.
Also, wait. Also, can you go on that tangent a little bit, Doug? You said everyone was bullying him. Could you? I'll grant you that maybe I was bullying him. Who else was bullying him though?
I'm talking about the community because of private leaks, because of
What private leak?
Zuma
What private leak?
and the flank.
Him rotating to the wrong hill. That's public knowledge. And you
No,
can see
him forgetting a play
What?
call in search and destroy.
that came out after
From Zoom.
we
No,
had
that
been
came
dropped.
out. No, that came out before. That came out before.
When did it
Austin.
come out? Can you
I don't
give me
know
a
the
link?
specific day, but you want to be tit for tat with me, and I'm just trying to tell you how it really is, Austin. I'm trying to be completely transparent with you right now. At the end of the day, I love you, and I love playing with you. And if I play with you, I know we can win together, but I'm not a player anymore, and I just retired. I didn't have any say in anything that was happening prior to after I retired. Now, moving forward, we are going to be unified as a team. I agree. I wanted Snoopy to stay in Challengers. I didn't want him to get a call up to the league last year, but he did. Like, it's not my decision. But now, moving forward, things are changing, and we're trying to be unified as a front.
Okay, but you haven't
Wait,
answered my
I know,
question.
What was your
he
question
didn't
again,
answer-
Trey?
he
Because
didn't
Austin
answer
just cut
mine
you
or-
off.
My question is what's the plan?
Okay, that's
Really?
okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what's the Boston Breach plan? Because right now, like I said, you had 3 players that didn't want to play with 1 player. Now you've just made a 2-man change, and everyone's saying Snoopy needs to develop this, Snoopy needs to develop that. You've even got you saying Snoopy
You're
needs to
admitting
develop.
it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you're admitting that Snoopy still needs to develop 4 months into a professional season. What's the plan? Are you just going to ride out the whole season hoping you guys make champs? Obviously, you picked up Ben Beans, who I think is an amazing player. You've picked up, Pentagram, who's deserved the chance for 3 years, everything like that. I'm not slating these players. I'm just saying, you're literally sat here saying Snoopy needs to develop as a player. Austin saying it. Obviously, Asim's agreed with Austin. Priester obviously agreed with Austin too, because that's what had happened. And it just seems to me like developing a player, when you guys say you need to develop him in a professional league when you're dead last, as Boston Breach, who want to be competing with the top teams, they provide everything like that. I don't know what the plan is at that point.
The plan is pretty clear and obvious to me. We want to be unified on all fronts, top to bottom, through coaching staff, players, general managers, content, everything. Everything has to be 100% unified moving forward, because there's been a lot of lack of communication and a lack of unification throughout the years. It's just that simple. So moving forward, a lot of changes obviously happen. And yes, everyone who has, Josh, I've always loved Josh personally. Slasher, Austin, you know how I feel about you, man. I always loved you too. Asim, I got nothing but good things to say about Asim. I don't really know him, but ultimately tough decisions were made. It's just that simple. So moving forward, Boston Breach is going to be ran a certain way. And if this continues to happen, we will evaluate. But unfortunately, when you get dead last 4 events in a row and you have a guy on the bench that's signed as a substitute who's not getting a shot, and he's still not going to get a shot, that's when a tipping point is going to happen. There's going to be a breaking point for changes.
Okay, and my question was never answered as well. Is that how is a team supposed to function properly when there's a shadow GM coordinating behind the scenes, pulling strings, keeping a player who no one wants to play with on, and then pulling a guy who he played with onto the main roster, when in comparison to other players out there, talent-wise, you could say, I know the argument, I'm not digging anyone, but talent-wise, available, you could have Hixie, for example. I'm just putting out names out there. How does it work when there's a shadow GM who's not part of the org officially? How does it work when you're a coach or the actual GM when you're there pulling the strings?
Oh, I don't have an official title at Boston Breach because I just retired. So to call me a shadow GM is a little bit far-fetched, I would say. But yeah, I mean, moving forward with Boston Breach, I'm absolutely going to make sure that this organization is doing everything possible to win on all fronts. Plain and simple. Whether I'm a content creator, whether I'm a content creator, whether I'm an assistant coach, whether I'm a janitor in the back end, whether if I'm the owner, whether I'm the CEO, it doesn't matter what my title is on Boston Breach.
Bro, he's doing it all. That's good.
I just want to make sure that this organization is unified and winning on all fronts. Plain and simple. Hold on one sec. I get my free guys. 1 sec.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, clearly they're not unified, though, because unified would mean everyone's in agreement that they want to drop 1 player then. They just get everyone. Trey. Unified means you all want to work together. I
had to look up the definition of that word. I was thinking about different words.
Yeah, unless they had to drop you and Asim to be unified. Yeah, I feel like you all were, in agreement. You were unified as you 3, as Asim.
Wait, time out. Wait, everyone's missing. Everyone's just talking about the wrong point here. Unified, moonified, all that. Everyone's talking about the wrong point here. Did we hear what he just said?
Yeah, he didn't answer your question at all.
He didn't answer. No, beyond that. But he already said everyone that didn't want Snoopy. I wanted to develop him out and keep him here. Secondly, he said Pentagram deserves a shot. So who do you think was
Correct.
saying?
Yes. Correct.
To
Yes.
get him in.
Those are both correct.
So
Yes.
you are shadow GMing. So how is a team supposed to function properly when none of their word matters? It matters a guy who's not.
No,
even
I'm not a shadow GM.
officially-
That's not how the organization has ever ran. It's not
who,
a shadow GM.
Who thought Pentagram was ready for the main roster at this moment? Who
Everyone, our coaching staff, our general manager, everyone thought except for Slasher apparently. I mean, dude, I don't know.
Just me.
Maybe Priesta too. I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, look,
How do
all
you
I know
not
is
know,
this:
though?
our coaching staff, our general manager, myself, the coaches that are on the team now, the ownership, the president of the team, all felt the same way about these things. So I don't know where you feel this is where you feel about things, but moving forward, this is the way the organization wants to run things. We want to make sure that everyone is unified on all fronts. Simply put. Because there's a lot of things that don't make any sense, Austin, and I agree. And that's why I'm coming on here right now talking about this, because I want everything to be unified.
So why did B-Sport get dropped? Was he not in tune with the unifiance of the Boston Breeze?
Look, Trey, what you're trying to do is cause more divide, and I'm just trying to bring things together. I love Josh. I love Josh. I do.
Trey, stop.
I'm asking a genuine fucking question.
One second. Everyone calm down. Hey,
I'm gonna be president one day,
no,
bro.
everyone calm down. I have a question. Why was B Sport Josh dropped?
I don't know. I wasn't in the conversation, but we moved Shawnee up to a coach. Shawnee retired and he's a coach now. So Shawnee's going to be a coach with Zed. Den's is still our GM. And I'm just sitting here without a title. It's that simple.
Wait, so what it sounds like to me, it sounds like people got consolation prizes for the Boston Breach Academy not existing anymore. That's what it sounds like. Pentagram got moved up. Shawnee, what do we do with Shawnee? Oh, he's going to be out of a job. Fuck it. Let's make him coach too. In place of B Sport Josh.
How does anyone get a job in the first place, Stocksman? How do they all get jobs in the first place? How does B Sport Josh get a job? How does Dens get a job? How does Zed get a job? How does Slash, dude, how do all these people get jobs?
My shit. Don't say my name. I earned my shit.
It sounds like but again, it sounds like constellations of we're removing Boston Breach Academy. This guy's gonna be out of a job, so let's take someone else's job for no set reason.
Are you on Boston Breach, Stocksman? Do you pay $27.5 million to have an organization in the league? Yes or no?
You just said you're not on Boston Breach right now. You don't have a title. How are you shadow GMing? That's the question I'm trying to get to. What are you talking about?
So give it some time.
How are these people getting their spots over people who seem more qualified and have been with the team longer? How does that work?
Give it some time. And then when I have an official title, I'll come back here and I'll say the exact same thing I'm saying with an official title, if that makes you happy. But at the end of the day, the moves don't change anything. The organization is going to be ran by the GM, the ownership, the coaches, people having opinions, making a collective agreement on what is the best move for the organization moving forward.
Okay, calm question. At what point, if you do become GM, you do hold the role of straight GM, whatever it may be. At what point do you have to either accept? At what point do you find the Snoopy experiment to work? And at what point would you have to admit that it's a failure? The results
speak, man. Look, the results speak. When Snoopy came into the team, we got top 6 at champs, and Snoopy played really well. We go into our LAN events, and we get dead last back-to-back with roster changes. Snoopy still, even despite the fact that he's not reading a spawn, or he's not doing this, or he's not doing that, I could sit here and shit on Slasher all day long for him doing things in controls, and Asim for this, and Priesta for this. But, dude, doing that isn't going to make the team better in any way.
You couldn't do that. You don't know how to play the game yourself. Shut up, bro. Stop saying bullshit.
For starters, top 6 at champs is not an achievement when 8 teams go there. Don't even bother saying that. That is basically dead last. So that's not an achievement. Congratulations.
You're just on some fucking PR tirade or something. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You say, oh, I'm helping. I don't have a title. Oh, but I'm helping. Oh, but I don't have a title. Bro, what the fuck are you even saying, bro? Respectfully,
disrespectfully,
this is just
disrespectfully, Austin, disrespectfully. Just say it with your chest out, bro. Like you're talking like you run shit, bro.
With chest. I've been saying it.
I'm Austin, let it go. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, man. Like, dude, I don't want to go here with this shit, bro. I've been very blatantly, transparently honest with everything that is happening here. Plain and simple. If you don't like it, sorry. There's nothing I can do about it now, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
let's move forward from here because